Welcome to another episode of Globetrotten 5. In this episode, we are going to discuss the ongoing war in Iran, which has just entered its fourth week. And officially, we are now in the weird phase of the conflict. Why do I say that it is the weird phase? Because it's crazy and confusing what's happening right now. First, Trump said that he is ready to wind down this conflict. Great. But at the same time, he's sending thousands of US Marines to West Asia. Now, why is he sending Marines to West Asia if he is going to wind down this conflict? It just doesn't make sense. On the other hand, US and Israel are continuing to bombard Iran. They're bombarding very, very heavily. But at the same time, US just unsanctioned 140 million barrels of Iranian oil, which is already at sea. So you're bombing the country, but you're unsanctioning 140 million barrels of Iranian oil. Now, experts are saying, and well, this is the part that I agree with, that this unbanning or unsanctioning of Iranian oil is to cool global oil prices. But if global oil prices are the issue here, wouldn't ending the conflict be a better solution? But you don't seem to be ending the conflict because you're continuing to bombard Iran and you're sending more troops, more American troops to the region. Yet you are taking this temporary measure of unbanning Iranian oil. So where is all this going? I mean, it's very, very difficult to tell. I mean, it's a really, really weird situation. What is the US planning? What is Trump trying to do with all these Marines that he's sending to the region? It is very, very confusing. Let's consider the possible off ramps here. Now, Trump, on one hand, is saying that the US has practically won this war. I mean, they have achieved aerial dominance, they have destroyed a large part of the Iranian military. We don't know exactly how much, but it is safe to say that given the military superiority of Israel and the US, the damage that they have inflicted on Iran's military is significant. They have complete freedom over the skies of Iran. They have a considerable degree of operational freedom in the waters around Iran, although Iran continues to ban civilian shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. But when it comes to the firepower of the U.S. Navy in the vicinity of Iran, in the waters around Iran, I mean that is unquestionable. That the U.S. Navy has a huge technical superiority, and now they're getting more Marines in. So yes, a huge setback for the Iranian military, but the Iranian military and the regime continues to kick, and they are disrupting the production of oil in the Gulf region by targeting refineries in the Gulf Arab countries. They are also surprisingly firing missiles at the US UK base of Diego Garcia. Now, Diego Garcia, as you know, is located about 3,800 kilometers from Iran in the middle of the Indian Ocean. So, Iran actually took the daring step of firing two ballistic missiles at Diego Garcia. It's another matter that these two missiles didn't reach the target. One was, I believe, shot down by a US warship. The other just failed mid-flight. But it was a statement of intent that that the Iranian regime is in place and the Iranian military continues to kick despite the heavy bombardment that it has had to face from the US and Israeli Air Force. What could be the off ramp here? One off ramp is that maybe all these Marines that the US is sending to the region is meant to do some kind of a ground operation. What is being talked about is that the US may be looking at taking Karg Island. The Iranian Karg Island is off the coast of Iran, and it is a big oil depot. Like, it's a oil transit hub. Almost 90% or more of Iran's oil is exported out through Karg Island. So maybe the US is trying to take over Karg Island, and it can, I think, given the prowess and technical superiority and force that the US commands. So I think they can take over Karg Island if they want, and if they take over Karg Island, then that could potentially become a US base, and then Trump can essentially declare victory. The other off ramp could be, securing or rather reopening the Strait of Hormuz. That would require the U.S. military to sort of secure both sides of the strait, which would mean a limited operation to capture a portion of the Iranian coastline along the Hormuz, which will be very, very tricky and deadly, potentially deadly. But if they manage to do that, Trump will again claim a huge victory. He will say that I've done something that no other American president has ever done. We've taught Iran a lesson. We've set it back, like, several decades. We have even captured Iranian territory. If that happens, there is an off ramp. Without that, I don't see, without any such off ramp possibilities, I don't see how this conflict can end. US and Israel will continue. Iran, of course, will keep fighting, because for them it's an existential threat. But if this war drags on, it'll be a disaster for the global economy. The energy markets, as you have seen, are completely they've gone haywire. There are supply crunches, especially here in India. Like, the government has assured that they have enough supplies, but that's for the moment. We don't know what will happen in the future. Hopefully things will work out. Government today has said that we have enough energy, enough supplies of LPG, so don't panic. But people are thinking about the future. What if this war continues for, let's say, 6 more months? I mean, alternatives have to be found. So it's a tricky situation. So everyone wants this war to end quickly, but the off ramp options are very, very narrow. We'll have to wait and see. This is week 4 of the war. Week 4. Stay tuned for more updates.